Cheers, legends. Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. We're back with another New Zealand craft beer. The last one was out of Wellington. It was a double vision beer, a sour. And yes, it exploded all over me again. It was the second time I tried the beer, and yeah, a bit messy. So this one is a West Coast IPA, one of my favourite styles. It's called RAINIER. It's 6.5% and it's by Duncan's Brewing out of Wellington. And I'll read what it says on the back. RAINIER isn't just a West Coast IPA. It's what happens when the Pacific Northwest Cascade Mountains throw a hop party and invite all their wildest friends, Eldorado, Simcoe, Chinook, Citra, and Cascade. Sip it and taste the madness of the mountains. Keep chilled, drink fresh. So here I am thinking it was a party, like a beer fest or something, but they're just describing a new like hop season and like the hops up in the mountains. So yeah, let's do it. I've got the same glass I used before. Probably looks a bit bluish because of the beer I had in it. Cheers to the chats. Let's do it. Good to have a beer that doesn't go everywhere. So one thing I've always said, especially these days, is I feel Australia and New Zealand do the best West Coasts in the world. So yeah, we'll get a bit of a taste of that because this is a Kiwi one. There's just something about the conditions and the ingredients with Australian and New Zealand West Coast. They just kill it. Cheers, Hook. Good to see you, brother. Have a swig for me. I will. Cheers again, Evie. Oh, I can smell it. Smells good. Cheers again, Juz. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Yeah, artwork's pretty cool on this. Nice and colourful. It's pretty simple but colourful. Cheers, Joey. Let's do it. So yeah, I can already smell it, and it smells like a good Westie. So the colour is like, I would say, a burnt orange. It probably looks a little bit darker on the camera, but it's not too far off. Heads disappeared pretty quickly. Carbonation's probably light to medium. It's fairly clean, but I'd say it's got a slight haze to it. And the body, I would say medium. Looks pretty good. Just would have been nicer with a bit of a head on it. Let's go a smell. Citrusy boy. Maybe a touch of stone fruit as well. So yeah, very jammy. Sweet, slightly tart. I would say orange, tangerine, grapefruit. And then you're getting like apricot as well. It's almost like a blood orange as well. As far as the base goes, you're sort of getting a bit of everything. I feel like it's got a touch of caramel, but like bread and biscuit as well. Why do you talk all fancy? I'm Australian, bro. Hence the flag. Yeah, where are we up to? That's funny. Cheers, Dan. Are you British? It's not a British flag, it's an Aussie flag. Let's do it. Yeah, just massive citrus. I'm not really getting any pine. Oh, maybe a touch. Maybe a touch of sort of pine and resin. But yeah, it's definitely a citrus, boy. I feel like it's going to be fairly dry on the finish and like some bitterness as well. So YouTube was down for an hour. Don't be getting pushy now. What happened, Joey? Was it just a big fuck up on their behalf and you couldn't access anything? Must have been when I was at work. I'm going in. Cheers, legends. The homepage was down. YouTube mobile app fucked up. Logged out of. Oh, yeah. Hmm. It's funny how I was saying you don't really get much pine on the nose. It's massive on the palate. Good old bots. It's actually got a little bit of booze on it, this beer, considering it's only a lighter. Like most of the time, it's the reverse. You'll get like a beer that's maybe like 8.5%, but it drinks like it's 6.5 or 7. Whereas this is 6.5 and it drinks like it's 8. It's almost like it's, yeah, venturing towards a double IPA. Cheers again, Cherie. Cheers again, Ryan. Good to see you, brother. Oh, cool, man. Plenty of beers ahead. It'd be one of those things I could imagine. I'm not a father, but I could imagine it'd be good to get a bit of free time. But yeah, you'd be worrying about them the whole time and start to miss them. Yeah, man. Especially dark beers. You could drink a dark beer and drink it like straight out of the fridge, right? And you'll get like that initial sort of smell and flavor. And then just out of nowhere, like as soon as it starts to warm and get some air to it, you'll get like something that you just didn't expect. Like you might start to get like I don't know, maybe like a vanilla note or like a dark fruit comes in, or yeah, it's weird. Um, with IPAs, I feel like what you get from the start's pretty much what you're going to get throughout. Um, Probably the same with lagers. For me, it's more like dark beers as a thing where the notes sort of change. I wish I could have a 2-day nap. I'm lucky to get a 2-hour nap these days. Yeah, hit that thumbs up, peeps. Good to see we're in the double figures now. It was a bit quiet earlier on. It's because the beer questions are good questions. They're not just random shit. And it is a beer channel, Joey. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be some stouts you have, and they can taste completely different from 5 minutes out of the fridge to like half an hour. But yeah, I'm one of those people. I can't just drink stuff at room temperature. It seems very weird to me to even if it's a stout and it's a cold night, I can't just get it out of the cupboard and start drinking it. It has to go in the fridge for a while before. I think it's probably too because in Australia you used to like warm weather and keeping stuff cold to drink it cold and stuff like. So it just seems very weird to drink something without refrigerating it first. Are you doing beer snack reviews? I will at some stage. I want to do. Yeah, I want to do like a beer and chocolate, like a stout or a barley wine, or even a dark lager with like different chocolates. And then another one we wanted to do was yeah, maybe a beer and cheese. Someone else in the community used to do that, but I could never join because it was always when I was at work. And then yeah, another thing we were thinking about doing is some chili stuff, but that won't be beer. That'll probably just be the chilies by themselves and then milk afterwards. Cheers, Drance. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm happy to take the blame. Just lay it all on me. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, especially like if you're working during the summertime and you've had like even if it's not even a physical day, it could be a mental day, and you finish work for the day and it's a warm day, like there's just nothing that hits better than a cold beer after work. Cheers, Paul. I just watched your barley wine video, man. Not long before I cracked my first beer tonight. You were my inspiration. Yeah, I've done a few, mate. The only thing is I don't have the setup. So when I do it, I've just got the laptop there, sort of sitting in like a beer garden, and like I'll just leave it rolling and go and grab beers and come back and review them and have chats to people and that. So it's something I've done before. It's just I live in a country town, so I don't have much opportunity to go to these cool places. If I do, I have to travel. So yeah, certainly something I've already done and I want to do more of. But yeah, it's about having the opportunity to do it. I need to get myself like a decent camera with like a bloody what is it, a selfie stick sort of thing, and just walk around and film myself walking from venue to venue. And like I'd love that sort of stuff, but yeah, it's just I don't live in a place where I can do it easily. I'm certainly not filming the pubs in my area because they're fucking shit. That's why, ideally, I want to live closer to the city so I can do stuff like that. Cheers, Emma. Welcome in. Yeah, I've done quite a few at Carwin Cellars in Thornbury in Melbourne. I've done one at Foreigner Brewing in Brunswick. I've done one at Pirate Life in South Melbourne. I've done one at Mountain Culture in Richmond. And I've done one at Redwood Tasting Room in Fitzroy. So yeah, I've done quite a few. And I think I might have done one in Sydney somewhere. But yeah, it's just hard when you got the laptop because like you can't move it around. It's just sitting stationary. So you're pretty much just getting a view like you are here, but it'll just be a different backdrop and you can just hear all the people in the background and stuff. That's how me and Juzzy met in real life. I was doing a live stream at Carwin Cellars in Thornbury, and Juzzy jumped on, and like we'd known each other online for a couple of months. But then, because he lives in Melbourne, he's like, "Oh, I'll come join you for a beer." I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Then all of a sudden, we're streaming together. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Sheree knows all about it. She was there too. Yeah. Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's something I love doing. Like I want to do more of it, but yeah, I just don't live in an area where it's nearby. It takes me hours to get to the city. Yeah, I really want to travel, dude. The main thing that's holding me back is I've got two dogs and I live alone, and I don't have any like family or anyone to look after them. So one of my dogs is like past his expiry. He doesn't have long to live at all. So once he's gone, as sad as it'll be, it'll sort of make it a little bit easier. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm. That's the main thing that sort of sets me back. Because yeah, obviously I would have travelled a lot more. Um, I've done like Southeast Asia and Fiji and stuff like years ago, but yeah, ever since I've had the boys, I just feel like I'm unable to travel very far. I've done like Perth and Sydney and Brisbane and like normally gone for a week or so, but then I've had to put them in a kennel and you chuck two of them in a kennel and then you're paying for your holiday and still paying for everything at home. It ends up being very, very costly. Yeah, when it comes to beers, Cherie, the main the main place I want to go, or probably the three main ones, like USA, obviously, because just so much on offer, and I've got so many like beer friends over there. But just for pure beer and like enjoyment of the beer in that area, to be Germany and Czech. Like Germany would be so unreal. It's like just a beer mecca. And that's where this guy lives. But yeah, obviously, if I had the time and the money to go to Europe, I'll get over there at some stage. I'd obviously do both of them in the one trip and many other places while I'm over there. I want to do, Yeah, I'd love to do Budapest. Yeah, like a fair bit of Germany, like Prague, Poland. Yeah, maybe Italy. I don't know. There's certain areas of Europe now that just don't seem as pure as they were. All these immigrants have come in and sort of like fucked up a lot of the vibe of the country, and yeah, it's just not the same. Like Belgium and France and that. Yeah, for sure. Prague would be unreal, even just for the architecture. I'd love to do Scandinavia, but yeah, very fucking expensive for an Australian to go there. Yeah, Netherlands would be good. It'd be cool going to the Netherlands and staying on one of those boats on the canal. Like imagine you've had a full day of drinking and going to the weed cafes and stuff, and then and then you go, okay, I'm calling it a night, and you walk down to the river and here's your boat, and you just go straight to bed. Yeah, this beer's nice. It's like solid, like good quality, but nothing like mind blowing. Sort of what I expected. I mean, it's only 6.5%. A lot of people might think that's big, but yeah, when it comes to IPA, 6.5, sort of like I don't know. I don't mind it, but I prefer sort of 7 to 8. Yeah, that's sort of what I was getting at. I don't like the fact now that you go to those cities and these fuckwits are all standing in the street just dealing drugs, and it's killed the whole vibe of those cities. Yeah, they're just bums. They just want to mooch off someone, and all they do is just stand around like peasants. Yeah, I get fucking pretty lively about it, mate. I've had a lot of streams where we've went into depth with it, but I've actually had some streams where it's like you feel like people are listening, like it'll pause for a while, and like I'll get cut and then I'll come back, and then all of a sudden the numbers will fade and like my likes disappear, and yeah, you got to be really careful with what you say. Exactly. And that's the way you spell it to get away with it. That's how I always spell it, FARK. It's like, fuck. I've been into craft beer since about 2012, something like that. Um, and I had an account called Untapped on my phone, sort of like a social media of beer. So you have all these beer friends on there, and you can see when they check in a beer at a certain pub, and you can like toast them and take photos and write comments about the beer and score it. And so that was already sort of installed in me there for years. And then I think on YouTube, I just sort of started watching, when I got interested in particular beers that I couldn't get hold of, I started watching people do reviews of like treehouse beers in America and all this stuff that I couldn't get that I wanted to try. And then because I got so into it, I was one of those people in the chat that was always giving banter and asking questions and yeah, just like trying to keep the chat going to help out the person that was hosted. And then yeah, it's just I sort of just got a bit of a name for myself just as the like Sammy from Australia that everyone sort of loved having in their chat and made a heap of mates that way, like in different countries. And then I think it was during the pandemic, a lot of the channels really started to take off because, yeah, obviously people were stuck at home. So people that were doing beer reviews and any sort of YouTube content where they were live, they were getting like very popular. And I had a couple of mates like Craig from Kent Beer Reviews and Harry from Blue Nose Beer Reviews. They were two in particular that like I was watching all the time and getting on the piss with them in the chat. And then yeah, it got to a stage where I never had the equipment. Like I'm one of those people, I'm not very tech savvy. I didn't even have a computer at the time. Like I just didn't need one. Like there was no need for me to have like a laptop or a fancy camera or anything like that. And then it just got to a point where I thought, oh, I should really start my own channel because I feel like I've got really good beer knowledge and obviously got decent character for this sort of stuff. Like I'm certainly not shy, very outgoing. And anyway, yeah, I thought fuck it, and I just decided to buy a laptop that had a camera in it. And then yeah, I was like fuck it. So yeah, I've been doing it now for about a year and a half to 2 years. I think the channel's been going for. I wish I had started it way earlier. It would have been awesome, but oh well. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. But yeah, the main thing for me is just the community. Like, there's so many awesome people on here. There's the occasional fuckwit, but yeah, I feel like I could travel so many places in the world, and I wouldn't have to pay for accommodation. There'd be all these people that would like take me in with open arms, sort of thing. So yeah, it's definitely it's going to be a good thing in the future when I'm able to travel and go visit all these peeps. Yeah, you can't say it in the chat though. I'm talking about in the chat. I'm happy to say it on camera. Just in the chat, every time you write FUCK or CUNT, you get your bloody thing doesn't go through. Cheers, Sean. Long time no see. Yeah. Yeah. Now it's like Hobart 2030. Yeah. I like to think that I'm one of those people that's very responsive to like the chat and like to make people feel welcome when they're new. And yeah, we've definitely got a good community. You sort of, I don't know, there's a lot of people that would do this sort of stuff and get really anxious and nervous about it, but I find it real easy. The good thing about it too is you don't have to edit. Because I'm not tech savvy, I'll probably be terrible at that sort of stuff. It'll come to a time though where I'll have to do some videos where they won't be live and I'll have to have a crack at that sort of thing. But yeah. Cheers, mate. So yeah, hit that thumbs up, peeps. And it's also like it's a great getaway from like reality. Like, yes, I have two dogs and love them more than anything, but sometimes I'll come home from work on a weeknight and I can get a bit lonely. So jumping on here and just talking shit with people's great. It's a good release. You can, yeah, there can be joy, there can be anger. You definitely get different sort of shades of my personality at times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely got a good group of people, and like people from all walks of life. I also love the fact that there's people that watch my stuff that don't even drink. Like, that's cool, and that's what I've always said with people I watch. Not It's not necessarily about the actual content or the product or whatever they're doing. In my opinion, it's more about the person. Like, you want to watch stuff because you like the person that's doing it. And yeah, it's like they could be they could be doing the most fucking shittest thing ever, but you'd still chime in just to, I don't know, just to see what they're up to. Yeah, I just got told it was shit from the get go. Um, it's probably all right on your phone, but yeah, I've just heard it's real hard to control. And when it comes, like, a lot of the people that do the same stuff as me, Juzz, have all had StreamYard, and they said it's shit if you don't have it. So yeah, I don't know. There's got to be a reason why most people don't just use straight YouTube. I think straight YouTube's all right if you're doing it off your phone, but hmm. I have heard though that it's beneficial to your channel at the moment if you do the streams where you feature the vertical thing. Like, that seems to be the new thing now that's getting a lot of sort of algorithm and stuff. But I don't know. I just find it annoying when you go to click on someone's content and they've got two videos of the same thing. It's fucking annoying. Like, it keeps popping up with like rate my beer and a few other channels. You'll go to click on it and you don't know if it's the vertical one or it should be just under the one thing, and then you can like select. Yeah, cool, man. Appreciated. Yeah, I love when people just like randomly chime in, and I always feel like I try to make people feel welcome too. Like, I'll pounce on them if they're new, but like, yeah, it's not like, I don't know. Like, I consider myself very genuine. I'm not one of those people that's in it to, like, I don't know, get clout and make big herds of cash, because it's just not the case at all. Yeah. Yeah, hit the old like, peeps. You know it, Evie. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to wrap it up soon because this boy has to get up at 4 a.m. Still got a little bit to drink, so hang around for maybe 5 minutes. I do have. I've got a series of 4 beers from Range out of Brisbane, and it's called the Vacay series. I was nearly going to do it tonight, but when I do it, I want to do all 4 beers on the stream. So if I'm going to do it, I need to start earlier. Like, I want to, even if I finished about this time, but I'd have to obviously start probably an hour or two before I did. So yeah, that's a possibility tomorrow night. So what I might even do is, if I do that, I'll have like an early dinner and then I'll do the 4 beers straight after dinner, and we'll see how we go. How much cash you making on YouTube, Sammy? Nothing. I'm not even 1,000 subscribers yet, bro. So I do have a healthy stack of cash there just from people's donations. But yeah, you can't touch it till you get to 1,000. But yeah, there's particular stuff that I'm buying with that because when people have donated, they've donated for a particular thing. So it's like it's always been in my head. I've got to get that with that money, and yeah. One thing that will be good though, because I spend a lot of money on beer, if it starts to become a little money earner on the side, you can claim purchases for tax if I review them. So yeah, that's going to be somewhat helpful. It's just so awesome though that like can be sitting in my lounge room, just my dog's sort of by my side, and here I am, like just in a little virtual pub with like people from like we've got Germany, USA, England, um, yeah, and like different areas of Australia. It's cool. I don't think there's anyone else. But yeah, it'd be so unreal to have like, yeah, people from all different continents. Like, it's obviously going to be hard to get South Americans because they speak Spanish. But you'd think there'd be like some out there that speak really good English and they're looking for like American beers and stuff, and they'd stumble across some American channels, but you just don't see it very often. Yeah, bloody oath. Well, that's the thing. That's what my content is. So if I'm reviewing a product and I've paid for it, it's obviously, yeah. Music to my ears. Oh, God, I wish it was Friday night. So what other stuff do people like watching on YouTube? Like me personally, I love travel vlogs. I've got a range of people I watch, and it's same thing. I'll watch them for the person. I'll start watching a couple of travel vlogs and I'll come across some random dude and I'm like, I'm a big fan of this guy. He's fucking awesome. So then I'll watch every single video he'll do. So that's another thing. Like travel vlogs are big for me. I watch like a lot of music stuff as well. Um, yeah, a lot of sort of music breakdowns of like Rick Beato and that sort of stuff. I love watching him sort of take apart songs or albums and come up with his thoughts of why they did this and why that sounds good. And like I love all that sort of shit. Um, yeah, I'm always watching like beer and food stuff as well. And yeah, like the occasional sort of comedy skit stuff. Cheers, Angie. You're late to the party, mate. I got the beer that exploded everywhere. It's like a bright bluey greeny beer. The company I bought it off sent me a new one. And anyway, I opened it up and reviewed it before, and the same thing. It wasn't as bad, but it went all over me again. Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. You definitely go to bed earlier these days, though, don't you? I remember back in the day, you'd be still awake at that time. The old insomnia. You'd be like streaming during my daytime. I'm going to give this beer, yeah, and it was really like sweet and like sticky and a bit of like thickness to it as well. It went straight on my crotch area and then down my like the front of my legs, and it was. I let it like because I kept doing the review for half an hour. It was sitting just under my feet on the ground, and then I could feel my leg hairs sticking together, and I'm like, "Oh, this is disgusting." When's your next live, Angie? You've just done the one so far recently, haven't you? Oh, Angus has taken up about 95% of this chair. Yeah, did I give a score? You grot. It's not my fault the fucking can went everywhere. The use of tissue and dogs licking up the floor was good. Cleaned it up in no time. It's one thing that's great with having dogs. If you've got a hardwood floor, you spill something, they just fuck. They'll go over and clean it up straight away. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go a 4.2 out of 5. Love the citrus character. Love how the pine and the resin sort of come in a bit later. But yeah, it's got that warming booze, and it probably shouldn't have it for how light the ABV is. So that sort of brings it down a little bit. But yeah, it's a good solid Westie, but yeah, nothing mind blowing, as I said before. Yeah, if I'm around, I'll have to join. I was terrible last weekend. I did fuck all. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to join this person's stream and this person's, and I didn't join any of them. It's always hard for me though when I work till late Friday night and then have to go back to work early Monday morning. Whereas this weekend's the reverse one, and I'm always no way near as tired because we don't do any overtime. Got taxed fucking what was it? I think I got taxed like $650 this week. Fucking bullshit. It's really good doing overtime and just throwing all your money away. I was joking about it when we were all talking about our tax. I said, "Oh, that's awesome. I'll get to pay for 3 African families for their rent for the week." Yeah. Yeah, when I seen that, I was like, "For fuck's sake." That's why I just don't think it's worth it doing all this overtime. Yeah, you probably get all these fucking awesome rewards and stuff though when you retire, do you? Anyway, hit that thumbs up, peeps. I'm gonna head off, I reckon. Yeah, as I said, 4.2 for this. So yeah, Duncan's Brewing out of Wellington, New Zealand. It was the Rainier West Coast IPA. So yeah, two solid. I'll say solid, like nothing special, just solid beers tonight from both from Wellington. So good old Kiwi beers. I've still got quite a few New Zealand beers in the fridge. Hopefully Smokey joins for the next stream. I'll do some because he's our Kiwi mate. Yeah, that's fucked. And unfortunately, you guys have the same problem in Germany with just immigration has gone way too far. Cheers, Juz. Cheers, mate. Metatron. Yeah. Cheers, Evie. Well, I should be back to, as I said, I won't say definitely, but yeah, probably 90% I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, hopefully I'll do the 4 beers from range. It's called the Vacation Series. So they're doing 4 collaborations with 4 breweries from different parts of the world. There's like a Japanese brewery, a Hawaiian brewery, a Spanish brewery, and I think it's a New Zealand brewery. Pretty cool that they're doing a Hawaiian one. I haven't really had much Hawaiian craft beer. Yeah. Cheers, Ryan. Good to see you, brother. Yeah. Cool, guys. Thanks for chiming in. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Laters.